Well, hello again. Well, this is day 2 of this little project I started yesterday. And it's afternoon now. It's actually 2:07. And I had some gals up here at the quilt shop and they've all went home. So I'm going to work on this for a few more minutes before I go back to the house. I don't know how much I'll get done. I think I'll sew for 20-30 minutes. And yesterday when I left it, I actually put it in this little project box. So I'm going to take it out and see what I can figure out about it. I'm going to go back here. I think I'm going to lay my parts out because nobody's going to be here for a few days, and so I can kind of take up the space. I had to put it up before everybody come today. So let me scoot back here and lay them out and start again. I think I can get it figured out pretty quick, but let's get it back organized. Let's see what we got. Where'd that other piece go? Well, all right, let's just see what I can do here. If maybe it'll go quicker if I don't get it all messed up. There's a stack and there's a stack. Here's another stack. There's another stack. What we got there? We got this stack. That's like those. Now I've got these gray ones. Let's put these gray ones right there. And these are the 2 blocks we're making. I'm going to make it all go together somehow. But those are the only 2 I have done. Let me see. I'll need that. And I still left off with these partial strips. I'm going to have to get those figured out soon. Let's move that over there. Let's put the partial ones, let's put them right there. Okay. What I want to do next, I think I want to take these and these. No, what I need, these and these over there. I think this is what I want to sew now. I think. And get here in my chair. I've got my shoes off, got my machine set up. All right, let's get it laid out here. I want half of them on one side and half of them on the other side. So what we're going to do is take this piece and this piece, and we're going to sew that. We're going to sew those together right there. And after I do that, then I'm going to sew one down the other side. So, well, let's just start. If I don't get started, I'm not going to get it sewed. I don't want to have to rip it out, but I'm going to turn the iron on so it'll be hot when I get ready for it. Don't know why I was having a hard time getting that to come on, but it was. All right, here we go again. Okay. Is that going to be the same? No. No, it's not. I think I want that on that side and that on this side. They'd have been kind of different, I think. Well, maybe they'd have been different. I ain't right sure if they would. Get back over you long. Let's scoot that back. I could do that. But get everything in the right place. I'm going to whiz down through here, I hope. Look here. I can see the counter there in 6 minutes, and I ain't done a thing yet. These here almost looked a little short. So I just pulled it a little tighter and let the bottom feed through a little faster, and maybe it'll be okay. Alright, I'm going to sew and not chatter so much. I think I'll sew this whole stack. One side of them anyway. Now, I don't know why that's... I see why. I see why it don't fit, because one of my seams here is too little, and it made it too big. It wasn't the right size. Maybe nobody will ever know it but me. Looks like it's clouding up out there. But I think J. Mary, who lives a few minutes ago, who lives west of me, said it was raining near Fort Smith. And I'm a little bit east of there, so it's probably moving this way. As long as it don't storm, I'll stay up here by myself. But if it acts like it's going to storm, I just may hightail it back to the house. But I'm okay for now. No problem right here, right now. I'm looking out the window. The window's right there. That window looks north. It's kind of a pretty view out there. Not anything to look at, but that's a good thing. Nothing but look at but the trees, and there's a pasture out there full of yellow weeds. So it's almost a yellow looking view out the window. this Brother sewing machine. But I want y'all to know it's not my favorite sewing machine. But it didn't hear me say that, did it? You're doing good, but I just kind of like my old vintage sewing machines. But it's doing a good job. If I had to go buy a new sewing machine, I'd just get me a simple Brother sewing machine. I probably wouldn't get one of them real expensive ones. I'd just get a nice Brother. But I like my Maybelline and my Mona Carolina too. But I just decided to use this one today and yesterday. And probably sewing the rest of this little quilt, I probably will. You slow down, and then slow down and enjoy the job. Enjoy in what I'm doing. My back's kind of tired. I think I'll lean back against the chair here for just a second. Well, you know what? Know what I'll do? My back's kind of getting a little bit of a kink in it. Let's lean back. And I'll just trim some of these just for a second while I rest it. Your back ever get tired when you're sewing? And if it gets very bad, I'll just stand up and press a minute and get the kink out of it. And I'm just trimming them apart. A bunch of them. I'm going to flip them. I'm going to flip them around. There goes the truck down the road. I'm going to flip them around now. I've got this part, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to sew this like that on a few of them. I know I'm not finishing any one step, for I do a little bit on this step and a little bit on that step, but that's just the way I do. Let's see, that's up there. Yeah, so I want the white at the bottom on this. I'm going to take this one off here, this one that needed its other piece. That my phone? My phone make a noise? I don't have time to check that right now. I got a deadline. Let me get some more of these over here. Oh, 16 minutes into this. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to take these back over here to the iron while I stand up and get this crick out of my back. Right over here. Oh, it feels good and hot. I felt the heat coming off of it. Well, that was a scrap left over. I'm going to put them right there. This iron board's wobbly. Don't it look wobbly? I pushed it against that table to secure it just a little bit better. Coming back over there in just a minute. Those seams look pretty nice. Now, I'm going to bring this stack back and sew some of them on there too. And see, they're just pressed good and flat there on the back. Let me look at it again. No, that's not right. Let's turn that stack around. Because that's the way I want to sew it. I want to sew that one on that side, and then I'll turn it the other way and sew it on the other side. So, just like this. Line it up there. Line it up sort of along the edge. I don't pin. If you're a newbie, you might need a pin, but let me sew a couple of them. Then I'll show them to you. Do another one or two. Now there's a seam right here and there's a seam right there, and I'm kind of nesting those seams just a little bit to keep a little more in line. So these are the only two that I'm kind of matching up. Now that one's on there. Now I've got to put one over on this side. Let me look at it. Is that right? Is that right? It looks like it. I think it is. Do one more. Here. One or two more anyway. Where's that seam want to go? Fold it back where it needs to be. I'm going to walk back over to the machine again and press those and lay them out. That one ain't done. That one. Let's see. I want a couple more of these too. Let me look at this one. Where's this one's gonna go? You're gonna go. You're gonna go right there. I want to make enough of them that I can kind of lay them together. So that's the reason I keep jumping around, confusing you and confusing me. You're up there. You're up there and you're down here. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Let's just, y'all don't make fun of me. Remember, I'm in a hurry. in a big hurry to get this done. Another truck coming. I live on a dead-end road, but sometimes there's a lot of traffic. You hear that truck on the dirt road, on the gravel road? Nope, 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 nope. Gotta take them apart. Don't want to pick. I picked up 2 pieces before and sewed 2 on where I only needed 1. Have you done that before too? I've done that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and keep picking these up and sew them. See, that's 2 pieces and it looks like 1. Got to pull them apart. Because I've come up short on pieces before, and when you go back and look, you would have sewed 2 where you only wanted 1. That's 2. They're stuck together again. Oh, I think I'm tired. I'm fixing to go get me a glass of tea and press these, and I may come back in a little bit, and so just press a few more, clip these apart. If I show you every step I'm doing, I don't know how many videos or how long it's going to... There's 2 of them again. Don't know how long it's going to take, but this is the second day on this quilt. And the video will be labeled part 7, and so the next one will start with part 8. In case you watch each one of them. What you need to be is sewing instead of watching me is what you need to be doing. I'll just tell you that. I got a whole pile of these yet to do. There's still that many of these to do. And then this other pile. So I've got all kinds started. Let me cut some of these apart, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. I showed you yesterday, but I'll show you again. And you're going to say, why does she keep showing us the same thing over and over and over? Well, I don't know. Because I run out of anything to talk about. Now, I'm going to take these over there. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to press them. I'll press them and sew them together. Sew these two together like that. Let's take them over there. Let's go over there. Let's take this one and press it while I'm there. And this one too. Here I go. And I'm pressing toward the gray side, just because. I was looking at that, studying that down there on the table. I look back at things, I wonder, well, should I put a different color? No. Gotta be like that. You see it? That's part of it. That's what some of it's going to look like. Going to be kind of cute, ain't it? So, I've got a long way to go, but there's my gray, there's my white with my swirly, and there's my fish swimming around. Should I put it in a different place? But it's too late now. I've started on this way, and this is the way it's going to have to be. And the pattern, I'll tell you again, the pattern is Wandering Way. I'll show you what book it's in. It's in this book, Quilts in a Jiffy. 3-yard quilts, Quilts in a Jiffy. So I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to do just a little bit more pressing, and then I may come back and sew for you just a little bit more. But I'm on a roll. I'm getting there. So hope you come back for part 8. Part 8's next.